recording, so we are good to go. So,
All right.
Wokwok, TF2 player extraordinaire. Tell me a little bit about your background of TF2.
My background? I don't have much of a background. I'll be transparent. I feel I'm just another person playing the game for a long time. That's pretty much it.
That's fair.
I can be identified a lot of places. That's pretty much all I have to my name. A lot of people know me.
All right, so you're famous, is what you're saying.
I
That's
mean,
fucking
in the
sick.
more casual sphere, I would say I'm just identifiable, honestly. People don't really forget the name Wokwok. It's kind of hard.
It's true. Are you're a medic main?
Yes,
If I remember. Yes. What draws you to playing medic more than, say, a class that can one-shot people from across the map?
Oh gosh. See, I am a medic main, but I do play majority of the classes. I dabble in everything, but medic has such a way with my heart, honestly. Like everything about it's so satisfying. I play support in most games as it is. So I've always just loved being able to help other teammates and really boost their performance. And with medic, it's an endless ceiling where you can reach better heights with it.
I don't have a whole lot of hours in medic. I think that right now my rundown is I have like 25 minutes in heavy, and I have like maybe an hour and 30 minutes in medic. That's like the next class up.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I do not
no
play
way.
a whole lot of other classes besides I play a lot of sniper, soldier, scout. But for some reason, medic has just not appealed to me, and it might be because I mostly play casual. So medic is kind of just like no one protects you, right? Unless you're shiny or unless they know what they're doing. Here, so you're familiar with Aperture B, right?
I know of him, yes.
Of him. Okay, so he says that the quick fix is one of the worst weapons in the game.
Absolutely.
You
I would
agree?
wholeheartedly agree. Yes.
What's so bad? What's so bad about the quick fix?
Worst. I have such a hard opinion on this weapon. It's genuinely the only good thing that you can use it for is last ditch efforts on like Koth. That's really it. Like when you have like a second left on the clock and you need to dispatch like a lot of heals. That's pretty much all it's good for.
Wait, so
Uber is useless in most situations. It can just be held by everything once you're focused.
Remind me what its Uber does. It's just faster healing, isn't it?
It's a lot of healing at one time, and then it also heals the medic. But that's pretty much it. Like that's all the Uber does.
Okay. And so
compared
obviously
to every other minigun, it is genuinely like trampled by everything else.
I guess so. Like crits are insane on defense and with
Even on
another good
offense.
player.
Crits is genuinely something that turns the tides of the game.
Would you okay, so give me a tier list of your miniguns. Say
Stock and crits are on the top, like for sure.
You think they're in the
Everything
same
else-
tier?
Yeah, absolutely. If used correctly, they both can produce such like overwhelming results. Like it's insane.
It surprises me that you think that invincibility is on the same level as crits. So many medics that I've talked to have been like, "Oh, dude, if you're not using stock, then you should be playing medic. Like you're just doing bad."
Do they have 1,500 hours on the class though?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't get a whole lot of them in for a podcast like this. I would assume they are. I would assume they're either just salty about crits. They're like, crits aren't fair whenever, like, they're random. So why would they be fair when you have to like charge up for a minute to do it?
Yeah, it's not hard to counter it if you know exactly. See, if you've played medic for a long time, you genuinely can count. Like it's a comp strat. You can count the Uber percentage of your opponent. So if you know exactly if they're using crits, you know exactly when they're going to have, and you can back off when you need to.
Does so that lessens the effect of the crit streak then?
Yeah, no, if you know what you're doing, like oftentimes in comp, you have to switch to crits like on an off time, so people can't really predict it.
Okay. See, okay, and I should preface podcast with this too. I have 0 experience in comp. FACEIT. I play FACEIT. That's basically comp relative to what I play usually.
My experience with comp is a strange one, I'd say. I've been trained and I've learned everything about it. I know everything about it pretty much from a medic standpoint. I have been coached a lot. I've just never been able to play an actual season because my social anxiety is pretty up there. Last time I tried doing it, I had panic attacks like almost daily.
So. I couldn't imagine, like, so I'm less socially anxious than a lot of people, right? I mean, given what I do, but even going into a place like competitive TF2 and just being so out of my league would fuck me up. I'd be terrified, even if I'm good at the game.
Yeah.
Feels like
sometimes it's pretty hard to get into it if you don't have really a lot of connections.
Yeah.
Like I'd be able to get into it now. I'm probably going to try to attempt to because a friend wants me to play on its team. But it's hard to get into right away.
Do you have a friend group that you're considering? It's like a comp team? Is that what you mean?
I don't. I've been asked multiple times to play on an invite team, but I have never really accepted it. I don't have like a friend group with it, but he's a part of the friend group that would be a part of it. So
I see. What interests you about competitive TF2 that I'm trying to think how to phrase the question. Competitive TF2 has a draw to you that casual doesn't.
Oh, absolutely. The organization is insane. I love when everything, like in casual, in the rare moments when everything does work together and everyone's actually using comms and working together. It's like it's magical. Like the rare high moments where it's like actually like cooperative instead of being like everyone doing their own thing like 12 different ways.
But I could also just have a rare high moment like 80% of or like 60% of all melee hits. It'd be easy.
Don't talk to me about random crits. I don't understand.
You detest random crits, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
have thousands upon thousands of hours probably in casual because I'm max tier. I've been max tier for years now. Yeah. I was like among the first to reach it, and I've always hated that mode just because I can build within 30 seconds, but it doesn't matter. It can just be a race with one random soldier walking at me.
I guess that's true. So then what would make that different than like a random sniper up in a like half the map away and then all of a sudden it's just down? Is it because you can like avoid the sniper?
Oh, absolutely. If you're a good medic, you never peek. Like there's no reason to ever peek, and you know how to dupe them if you need to.
See, maybe that's the reason that I don't like medic very much, because it's a weak class, but it's a weak class because if medic was strong like in combat by himself, then
I can't.
That'd lead to some balance issues.
I can't tell you how many times I've killed things on my own, like just because I know how to move and like deal with that. Because I'm so honed in casual, like everyone's just such a bot in that game mode. I genuinely can deal on my own.
So I guess the way that I'm saying it is like if say medic were to have the face-to-face capabilities of like scout, having a class like that would throw a lot of things out of whack, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's one of the things that balances.
That's what medic's for. Medic is completely healing.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be aggro at all.
So your opinion on, let me mark this down because I think it's your opinion on random crits is that they are
the devil.
Bullshit. The devil.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna make a fun little list of everybody's opinions on it. That's funny.
That's why FACEIT's been appealing to me. So I really don't play casual ever anymore. As soon as FACEIT was dropped with the beta, like I don't even touch that game mode.
See, so it's a good time to talk about FACEIT because I was just scrolling on their feedback page today. Usually that's like my light reading of the day, and my goodness, people are. I mean, there were like 3 people that were absolutely livid today because medic. Apparently, there's like some medic. You know the healing mission, right? That's like, what does it get? 5 million? Get 2 million healing? 2 million? Yeah. Apparently, FACEIT is not giving you every single healing point at the end of the game to count towards that count towards that goal.
Oh man, people I don't find that a really big complaint issue, honestly.
I don't either. It just seems odd to me that it's like, why is this a problem?
It is weird that it's not synced, but FACEIT also has the issue of just a lot of random things not completely matching the stats at the end of the game. Like it's just kind of how FACEIT is. Like if you're using Dead Ringer with Spy, that counts towards your actual deaths, so it messes up your kill ratio.
It's so odd. I wonder if that's an issue with like them needing to just look at the stats from TF2 better instead of taking from like whatever other games they have already.
I mean, the Dead Ringer is pretty. I would assume it's pretty hard to log if how many of those are real deaths and not.
Yeah.
In the FACEIT client.
I ran into you for the first time on FACEIT, and that's where we kind of like. I think we played a game. You probably crushed me. I added you as a friend, and then we ended up talking, which is sick. I love that part of FACEIT. The fact that I can like every so often play against these really, really good players and make these connections. But
actually, I'll correct you. That didn't happen actually. I was in a party with a toxic player, and I didn't know who the player was. He was just another friend of a person in the party. He was just randomly added like halfway through. But
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
I went to his stream to try to like apologize because I don't know why he was doing that.
That's right. Because whatever his name was, I think I invited him onto the podcast too. I was like, well, okay, yeah.
I don't fuck with that kind of. All right, sorry, I don't mean to curse, but I don't mess with that kind of vibe.
Feel free to curse all you want. I'm not getting money from this anyways.
Okay, good. Not
YouTube,
good, but
YouTube has fucked me up. For some reason, it's like, we're gonna give money to people, but not DAWs. Fuck DAWs. So I'm kind of stuck with that. But okay, yeah. So that's how we started to play together. It's kind of a miracle that we were matched up at all because, I mean, I'm not super crazy good at the game, and I'm assuming you were in a party, right?
Yeah, no, I was in a party at the time.
And the other guy was too. The dude who was being a douchebag.
He was in our party, unfortunately. I don't know.
That's right. Okay. What is your opinion on FACEIT's matchmaking system as of right now? As a high tier comp player, or
they just recently implemented another update that kind of helped with in my opinion, it's helped recently with the matchmaking. Before it was kind of not the best, but I don't know. As I say, I feel I can just hold on my own. Because I usually solo as well when I don't have a few friends on. So.
You usually solo queue when you play on FACEIT?
I'll say like maybe half and half.
Okay.
I do half and half.
Do you ever notice a difference in the people that you're matched up with when you aren't queued in a party?
Oh, when I solo, I usually get the players that don't know how to play the game, and then on the other team, it's like a whole stack.
It's a 6 stack of people that are in comms or whatever.
Yeah.
And do you think that hurts, like your experience with FACEIT?
I mean, I wouldn't say it hurts my experience with FACEIT per se. I feel it really is just translating. It's translating from casual because that's just how it would be in casual as well. I would
So,
usually get a stack against me, and then I'd have to like not. I don't want to say I don't want to like boost my ego, but I would have to carry them because it's rough. It's
I
rough
mean,
out there.
that is Medic's job.
I don't. To be fair, when I'm soloing, I don't usually play medic unless there's an actual person on the team wanting to use teamwork.
Who do you
Usually, I
usually
do solo.
who do you
with
usually
a
play when you aren't playing Medic in a solo queue?
I suppose it depends. As I said before, I mismatch a lot of classes. I have a decent amount of hours in like almost every one of them.
Okay.
If I had to say like a decent few, it would probably be either soldier. I mean, honestly, just whatever the team needs. I can pretty versatile. I can be pretty versatile with anyone. Yeah.
So you usually err on the side of being a good team player before like playing the class
that I want to play.
you
Yeah, no,
want
of
to
course.
play.
Yeah, no. If there's 3 medics, I'm not gonna play medic. Like,
That's pretty rare. Usually I would play just whatever I want to do. Although usually I'm playing something like Scout, where if you stack them, it's not the worst thing.
I mean,
in
that's
the
the thing.
world.
I have a whole huge viewpoint on multiple medics on a team. It shouldn't be a thing at all. I really wish they would implement a class lock, honestly.
The class limits.
Mhm.
Have you seen in FACEIT a big problem with? So I hear of people just sitting in spawn farming quick fix on a
Yeah.
Scout swing of Boss and Basher. Have you seen
I've
this
seen
ever
that,
so often?
yes. And it bothers the hell out of me because I play like with my situation. I play legit. Like every heal point I've gotten on my contract, I've done completely legit. But I just
Mhm.
see that, and they're just taking up spots on my team as well, and
Right.
like not helping. So it's just like, well, all right.
Have you thought of any? So I'm not asking you to fix FACEIT, but if you were to implement some changes to try to weed out people like that, or weed out the people that are trolling or cheesing the matches, whatever. What kind of implements would you recommend FACEIT works into their game?
I mean, honestly, if like FACEIT itself, like the 12v12 format, it's really trying to slowly translate more casual players into playing more comp. So, in my opinion, I do think the class limit would help, like at least of 2, because there doesn't need to be more than 2 of any class on the team. Like,
Right.
There's been times where entire teams have stacked on one class, and it's just like, what are you supposed to do about it? You can't really do much about that.
Right, because
there's like 4 medics. Like what?
It then becomes impossible to play against and impossible to play with too.
It's absolutely obnoxious in my opinion.
I've spoken with a lot of people about this, and I really do think that class limits should be implemented.
Absolutely. When they had that on the vote thing, where you were supposed to do the like summary at the end of a match, I absolutely voted for.
Oh, the survey that you're talking about? The
survey.
Okay, yeah. I remember voting for that
too.
It called. It's okay. I think I also wanted class limits, but I think it was for a different reason than, my team is less effective. And I think it was just more, I was baffled by the amount of matches that I was in where it was like actually just 8 medics and like 4 soldiers, and like, what can you do about it? There's absolutely nothing you can do against a team like that unless you're super coordinated, which usually is not
basic casual. It's not really a thing unless you have stacked on your team.
I've noticed that in FACEIT, it is much more collaborative almost, because people are trying harder. They're playing to win more usually. And so that's kind of nice. But in my opinion, I feel it's more so because there's a lot of both current and ex-comp players like flocking to the platform because, there's no random bullshit. No random bullet spread, all that stuff is fixed.
Yeah.
So that's like their preferred game mode at that point.
Mm-hmm. And that's just where I'm going. So
do you see a lot of, this is actually a question I haven't asked anyone. Have you seen any friendlies on FACEIT servers?
Oh yeah, actually. Well, I mean, it was actually just the other night. I think there was a Hoovy, and I just kept killing him because I don't know why he was doing that. I don't know why he was wanting to do that on a FACEIT platform. It kind of does nothing for you.
the question of is FACEIT casual TF2 is kind of a big one, right? Because it's like FACEIT initially started advertising their platform as, hey, we're a casual TF2, or like we want to offer casual TF2 without bots. That was like the number one thing that they were, or without bots and random crits. That was like the number one thing that they were promoting, right? Then when people got in, they were confused because it's like all of a sudden you're fighting against people that are really, really good and just wiping the floor with you. It's partially an issue with their matchmaking, and it's partially an issue with people coming in with the notion that, oh, this is just casual but without the bots.
Yeah.
Would you say that that is something that you have seen too? People complaining about this isn't actually casual.
See, I've talked about this in your Twitch chat a bit as well. It's kind of an iffy situation because casual can be viewed in multiple ways by different people, you know? So like I'm always called a tryhard for some reason. I mean, like when I'm not even really trying, I'm like blaring music in my ears. I can barely hear the game audio. I'm still called a tryhard, even though I'm just playing I'm playing casually. That's just what it is. But like in other people's views, that's not casual for some reason.
Yeah, I guess every so often people who want to play casual are like, I just want to be friendly, or some people are like, I just want to click on heads and that's my casual.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'm like that a lot of the time as well. It's just I'm apparently not allowed to do it because I have a lot of hours. Apparently,
it's interesting because FACEIT has been like, yeah, we hear you. This isn't casual for a lot of people, and like you said, there is no one definition of casual TF2. So the question then would be, how do you fix this? How do you give people their casual without it being, or how do you give people just their botless casual?
I feel it's less on FACEIT's end to do that. It's rather just people have to understand. It's not, if you have to go through an external platform for a game, it's usually not meant for like the most casual people. Like the like TF2 lobby, if you were to go through there and expect like something like casual, you'd be like wiped. Because it like TF2 lobby is definitely not a place for very casual players.
Right.
But it's just like FACEIT has always been marketed as more of a cooperative situation, and with its 6v6, that was definitely one of the more prominent platforms for that.
Do they have 6v6 right now?
Yeah, they have a lot of ways of playing TF2. It's just it's weird to see people complaining about that kind of thing.
See, I didn't know that. I thought that they just had the 12v12 quote unquote casual. That
oh no, they have 6v6. They have ulti duo. They have just tournaments over here and there.
Interesting. Have you seen the talk from FACEIT devs about there being a super casual mode or something along those lines, where it's just like 12v12, you don't get rewards, there's no ladders for it or anything like that, just botless, critless TF2 casual?
I've seen talk of it. I've been talked to about it as well. Not by like any official, but like my friends have heard of the news. It's just still strange because I feel that's why I still feel it's on the halfway on the people's part to understand, because just because there's no ladders doesn't mean like the more competitive people are going to be still playing on that, you know?
Right. I can.
Like, there's nothing stopping them.
I can already imagine people on those servers being like, "What the hell? Like, stop farming your original rocket launcher, whatever."
Yeah.
But it's just.
It's simply just the community that like you just. I don't know. You can't fault someone for being better than you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that it is. So while FACEIT probably shouldn't have come out and been like, hey, we are giving you a casual experience. That's honestly just kind of bad marketing, because they should have known there is no. Say that one. Say again.
It's marketed differently now. I get where you're saying it was initially marketed as that, but it has changed now.
Yes, I haven't seen their current marketing scheme, but I'm sure that it's much less let's play casual TF2, and it's a little bit more like, come in, fight with friends, 12v12, and just not even competitive, but just like slightly more cooperative. You said that was a good word for it.
Yeah.
Where people can actually like come in and play TF2 for the challenge of it.
I think it's more indicative of what the platform is trying to give you just by it being called FACEIT 12v12, because FACEIT's always been viewed as more, I don't like, sometimes it has been viewed as like more toxic as well, but it's definitely just not casual.
It's been viewed as more quote unquote sweaty, as some people would say.
Yeah.
Of like,
that's a good word.
People come in and fight and try hard, whatever. Like
because there is ELO, so you want to do your best.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. When I first came in to FACEIT, I was like, okay, so I was thinking just unranked or just casual servers, but without bots, right? Because that's exactly what they were advertising at the very beginning. And then I got in and I was like, oh wait, hold on, that's fucking Leah Rain. That's Anthid. And then I died a lot over and over. So it was definitely
I actually know them, by the way.
You do? Oh,
I'm friends with them.
Oh my god, you gotta get them on this podcast.
I'm sure Leah would do it, no problem. I've never heard, actually no, I've heard Anthony talk.
I've been in a few matches with Leah. She's a fantastic player. Does she play medic too?
She plays a lot of medic, a lot of scout, and soldier.
Okay, that's right. That's what I remember seeing. It was so cool. People cried about it a lot in the server itself because it was like just a steamroll or whatever. But I was absolutely starstruck by the fact that I was sitting here playing against Leah Rain, Anthid, and whatever, and fucking Lazy Purple is on my team. God, that was some of the best FACEIT I have ever played. That was just a ton of fun because you got to see these people that you don't normally see.
Yeah.
It was just a little unfortunate that it wasn't casual as I had first thought it was going to be. But now I think that they're doing a whole lot better with their marketing and saying like, okay, this isn't casual. There is no one casual that we can give people. That's impossible. Everyone has a different explanation or a different definition of it. But I think that they would benefit a lot from a super casual mode to try to just increase the player base, if nothing else, really.
Yeah. In my opinion, I feel it would split the player base even more because, again, like it would just have to start with the community. They would have to be more forgiving to people that are they're still playing the game just casually.
Right. They're just playing casual better than you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I have 10K plus hours, and I've always just been kind of a lot of shit has been talked about me. It is just like, I don't know why. I'm just trying to play the game, just chilling.
Yeah, I think that's like the bottom line. People need to just it is a game when it comes down to it. Like, we're all just playing to enjoy ourselves, and absolutely that whole thing of telling people that they're being sweaty and that they're dumb because of it or whatever. That's
oh, I've been called much worse, but yeah.
That's
I have a whole
incredibly
Google document of everything that everyone's
really
said to me.
You mark it down?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share some of them?
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up.
God, I'm getting my fix of imagining being a good player.
I've had more than on this Google document as well, because I used to go by different names in the past. Like a huge name I used to want to go by, it was just LU, and there was a lot of things for that as well, but I don't have those anymore. I had to add more. I haven't been able to update it because I've been lazy, but hold on. Copy link. I can just give it to you. Here you go.
I'll put it up on OBS too.
Yeah, no, I have to add way more. I've just been too lazy. I've been saving just the demos from FACEIT so I can go back and get it.
I'm gonna request access to it.
Oh shit.
I haven't been called a whole lot of names. Basically, all of the salt that I like to see for me has been in. If you look at my Steam profile, I just have a bunch of like just a column of salt, which is so fun to look at.
Yeah, I used to have a
adore
lot of comments like that on my profile before I thinned them out because my profile is very aesthetic, so
Yeah.
I don't like having a lot of comments on it.
Yeah. I can't believe that that's something that you get just for being good and just for playing the game at your level, putting casual.
Yeah.
It's really, really cursed. Saying someone's bad for playing the game even though they're just playing it.
Like when I'm just playing casual, a lot of people have just said like, "Why don't you just go play competitive?" It's just like I'm just playing casually, man. I don't
want to
I don't
play
wanna
competitive.
Play comp right now. Yeah, like if I wanted to play comp, I would go play comp. Right
I want
now.
to turn my brain off and just click on
Exactly.
heads. I
do play a lot of snipers, so that also applies.
I don't. It's still saying that I need access to it. You might have to.
I don't know why.
Hop in.
That's weird.
I do not know. Here, read off just some of your favorites.
Oh wait, this might work now. Maybe I thought it's saying anyone with the link can view it. What?
Oh, there we go. I see it now.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Google Docs dark mode. It's a fantastic extension. I recommend everybody gets it.
I have a dark reader extension, so it hits that as well.
There we go. Okay. All right. You have names too. This is a call out post to everybody.
Yeah.
Wokwok OP, please nerf. Okay, that one's sweet.
Yeah.
I like
There's
that
a
one.
couple of good ones. It's just pretty much anything anyone's ever said with my name.
Die walk.
Yeah, I think you know Ty, don't you?
I think I
you
do. I've probably spoken to or like friended them before or something like that.
Mm.
Was this in the same game? Die walk and I love you.
No, oh yeah, it was. Yeah, the things that are grouped together are all in the same game.
Walk on TikTok. Stop cheating. Love it.
Don't know what
Hacking,
that
by
was.
the way. What were you playing in this match?
I think that was a soldier match.
Okay. Yeah, you know the classic soldier hacks. Everyone knows them.
Mm. Yeah. Actually, no, that was probably a sniper one. Because I remember the walk. What did you do? Why does everyone hate you? That was a sniper one.
Oh, sure. You've had a 25 kill streak. Heaven forbid someone go on a kill streak.
Right? Like, I generally don't even notice why I go on kill streaks nowadays. Like, I could be on like a 41. I'd be like, oh, what? When did that happen? I don't know. I really don't pay attention to it anymore.
You were snapping really fast. Wait, this is on your team. People on your team are
I
calling you out for
got
hacking.
autobound. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was playing heavy on that one. I remember that one vividly.
My goodness. Very sus. Yeah, naturally. I'm gonna, oh my god. I'm gonna turn 360. What the hell is this guy on? Oh, my lord.
You know, Fun Runner is a trip.
Fun runner?
I think you've actually run into him. Yeah, he's the scorching troller. If you ever see him, you will die instantly, for sure. He's absolutely terrifying.
I remember Official Game Newell. You know what? This is bringing up an interesting discussion, I think. Here, close this out. It's bringing up an interesting discussion. Just about every single one of those referred to you as a dude. Granted,
Yeah,
that's,
absolutely.
I mean, there's no way of them knowing without knowing who you are right away.
Yeah, I don't have it plastered all over my profile, so I do like being. I don't like showing off that I'm a girl because usually it brings a lot of toxicity. So.
What? Tell me about. So I am not a girl. I have no background in.
Dude, what? Really?
Yeah, can you believe it? So I have no idea the kinds of things that I guess quote unquote gamer girls, or I guess they are technically gamer girls.
I hate that
Go
term.
through. Tell me about your experiences when it comes to that side of things. How are you treated differently when people find out that you are a girl? If they do.
See, that's the thing. I don't usually let people know I am until
Yeah.
I think they're a good enough friend. I don't usually talk over servers on even in team chat. Like, actually, no, honestly, just typing as well. I rarely ever type, but voice chat's really kind of off limits for me because I just feel it's where the social anxiety comes into play as well. I don't like talking with people I don't really know.
Do you feel as though you are less say you're in a server and then people find out that you're a girl and they start, is it a regular thing for them to start being like toxic?
Oh shit, man. Like, I remember I was trying to make a joke in game with a friend like a long time ago. This was just in a casual server. This wasn't on FACEIT or anything. But
Okay.
I was trying to make a joke over mic with my friend because he was setting up a joke, like a punchline.
Mhm.
And then I instantly got kicked for it because it was like, oh shit, it's a girl, fucking kick her. Because people are
Just
stupid.
kicking you because they found out you were a girl.
Yeah. They were typing like in chat, like, get this stupid, C word. I won't say that because I don't think it's allowed, but.
So I don't know about YouTube algorithm stuff, but I'm not making money from it. But yeah, I may as well censor a little bit. That's cursed. I don't understand. So I think that part of it comes from the fact that a majority of the TF2 player base is, I would say it's probably adolescent dudes.
Yeah, prepubescent, of course. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, people who are, coming on to try out the hacks or whatever. Or maybe they're just trying out the game for the first time and they're like, oh, wow, you know what? This is fun. I'm going to keep doing this. But it never, ever fails that those people are the most toxic on the site or on the platform. Yeah. I remember once, it was kind of funny, actually. I was on stream. Actually, this happened on stream. And I got queued for a or a manpower? Is that what it's called? Manpower match? Like the weird one where you throw a soccer ball around or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then immediately, so I go in, get called the F slur for some reason, and then I am thrown out. I'm kicked. And this is all on stream. It's recorded somewhere. And I just sat there and was like, that guy sounded like he was maybe 13.
Yeah,
maybe
it usually
12.
does happen with those kind of people.
It's like,
usually, I mean, it's kind of just like a double-edged sword because like if I've played with someone before and they don't know I'm a girl, but then I talk to them like while they're in the server, because I rarely do, but sometimes I do if someone I do know is on the team. But it's like I've never had it happen to me personally, but I feel like it'd be kind of a backhanded compliment, like, whoa, you're to like hear if they assumed I was a guy, if they were to go like, dude, they didn't know you were a girl, you're so good for a girl or something like that. Like,
oh my god, I could not imagine.
I'm really glad it's never happened yet, but
they're like, oh my god, wait, you're a girl? Oh my god, you're so good.
What,
for a girl?
What?
And they think,
I mean, I do agree. I don't want to bring like a negative stigma to it, but a lot of girls in TF2 aren't very good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that just comes with, I mean, I would say that your skill in TF2 is almost purely based off of how much you play, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's just a fact that girls aren't going to play as much or girls do not play as much as guys do. Oh man, I'm super curious.
It says a lot that a lot of the time people assume I'm a guy. So
yeah, I mean, I will say I also will generally assume that a person is a dude. Going into just
you thought
about,
I was a dude before I corrected someone in your chat.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it might just be something like if I'm playing a game with a bunch of friends, all of them are dudes. I'm friends with mostly dudes, and so I don't know. It's automatically. You just automatically assume that they're a guy, which is also in and of itself pretty toxic. I really got to work on that part.
I usually just call people they, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's probably a good middle ground that I should work on. But I think that it's cool that just about anyone can play, and as long as they aren't getting matched up with these toxic teenagers who are just having a good time saying bad words because mom's asleep.
On FACEIT has been. I have talked a couple more times on FACEIT than I usually would have on casual because I just know the community on FACEIT's a little bit better about it.
Does it feel less toxic than just stock TF2 casual?
It depends. Like on your team, usually it's not ever toxic, but there are a couple of people that like
the salty ones.
Yeah, to point out, I don't know if you've seen him. I'm almost positive you've seen him, but like Josh and his whole clique are pretty toxic. It's insane.
Josh,
like BK Josh.
I have run into them once.
Yeah,
I definitely remember going up against their stack.
He's definitely not very friendly. He's had to be so many times. I'm just like, I don't like people like that, man.
I don't like you, dude.
I really don't. I'm really glad he's been banned like a lot.
He's been banned from FACEIT?
He's been banned almost like every day from FACEIT, yeah. Because he had the one offensive name, and then he was called out for bullying people with their personal pictures and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good on FACEIT for doing that, doing a little bit of policing. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's really good.
Damn, I have never run across that crazy of stuff. Usually, it's just like there's a what is their name? I guess I won't out them here because they may eventually be on stream, but it's basically a 6 stack of people that are very, very good at the game, and I have to give that to them. Like, they're fantastic. Probably. Here, their name starts with a B, has 7 letters, and an E is switched out for a 3. And then that's usually a 6 stack, but they are usually the party leader.
I think I do know.
Yeah, they frequent FACEIT as far as I can tell, and so they're very, very good. But it never fails that they come in and they're usually sniper, taunting, talking trash in the chat or whatever, telling people they're bad, calling people all these weird slurs or whatever. Very, very seldom do I come across people that are like that in FACEIT, where it's like outwardly I'm just going to be an asshole because it's funny. But usually the ones that I come across where it's toxic are like the people that are farming the missions or, being a detriment to your team by helping out the other teamers and things like that. I'm trying to think of more interesting talking points. What you have experience with competitive players, right? So you've played with them, you've gotten to learn their tips and tricks. So take me for example. If I were to start playing competitive, like Sixes comp, what are some general tips that you have for a new player like me?
I mean, it helps I've seen like your gameplay as well.
Oh, that's a can of worms we can open. Tell me how I'm fucking bad at the game, please. I
don't want to be mean or anything.
No,
I feel like it would come off the wrong way.
No, it's good because I have very thick skin, but that's just that just comes from a long time of playing games in general. So I absolutely want a little bit of critique on gameplay if you're willing to give it.
I'm always like willing to help people out. Like I'm like a jaded player myself. I never turned down trying to help people. If I remember correctly, just I think a main thing I don't want to say like wince at, but you don't really take account in like everything that's happening. Like sometimes you walk in the sight lines and it makes me wince. Sometimes you kind of just walk in at like one thing, but you don't think about like the 10 other things that are about to kill you.
I will say that's definitely a problem I have. sometimes I just die and I'm like, oh, I should have been thinking about a sniper being over there across the map right there. Yeah, that's where I stand when I play sniper. Why didn't I think of that?
I mean, in that sense, it's a good way to improve as well. Because like if you notice it as well and you like keep tabs on it, it's like, oh, I can stand there next time when I play sniper. That's cool. It's a good thing to like keep tabs on.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Whenever I play sniper, so I enjoy playing sniper. I would say sniper is probably my main, even though he's not my most played. He is the one that I do consistently the best at. And if I were to go into a comp setting, that's the one I would first want to play.
Oh, you'd want to play HO?
What is that?
Highlander.
Oh, H. I thought you said HO. I would probably want to play Highlander. But I was talking to Aperture B about this. It's Highlander is, your team is as good as your sniper. That's what his opinion was. Because in Highlander, you can, if you've got a good sniper who will hit his shots, they are just going to drop every class that comes into their sight line.
I will agree lightly on that because it's pretty much just everything on the team in Highlander. It really matters. I mean, in my opinion, it matters less than like in something like 6v6, but Highlander, it really is just entirely team based. Like, you can have a god sniper, but if he's not really backed by his team, then he won't be able to do anything.
What is your opinion on Prolander?
I'm not a fan of that. I don't really enjoy much Prolander.
For any reason in particular?
It just doesn't really fit with the set like format in my mind.
Okay.
It doesn't feel real. Prolander just feels so fake.
Is it, so I don't know that much about it. Is it a relatively new sort of comp configuration?
It's rather new, yeah.
Okay.
It's newer than every other platform. That's why it doesn't feel really that real to me.
Yeah, it's not tried and true. What formats do you usually play in? You're playing comp.
Oh, I mean, I've been trained in both HL and 66.
Okay.
I've been asked to do both teams, like invite level, but as I said, I can't really. I haven't been able to dive into it yet.
You say that you've been trained or like, I guess, yeah, trained by people who are there any specific teachers that you've been trained by? Or is it more just like you've played with these people?
I would say, like, early on in my career, a guy named Flair was a good teacher to me. I love that dude. He's great. Otherwise, it would just be kind of just being around invite players and picking up like how to play and everything like that. I'm friends with a few of them, so.
Tell me about your favorite character in TF2. So not the class necessarily, but like the character within the class.
The character within the class. I mean, every character has its own, like, what's the word? Has its own sizzle.
I like that.
Like, just everything can. I say that because it's like every one of them can burn on their own. Like, yeah. They can hold their own in like every aspect. I would say, like lore, whether it be lore, gameplay, whatever.
Which Meet the Merc is your favorite?
Oh Lord, I haven't seen those in the longest time. I remember seeing a meme of the Scout one just recently. I don't think I have a favorite one. I've always liked them, just watching them just for nostalgic reasons, but I really don't think I have a favorite one.
Interesting. Would you say that you've played so much TF2 that you've become like desensitized to like the game design parts of like the characters and like the art and stuff? Like you've just seen it so much that you're like, yeah, that's TF2.
Yeah, it's kind of subconscious in my opinion. It's kind of just like, yeah, no, that's TF2. Yeah, that's the game. Kind of a thing that bothers me is like the art breaking of the most recent cosmetics that are being added to the game, but it's alright, I guess.
The art breaking is. I'm trying to think of cosmetics that are the ones that are doing that. The new ones.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that kind of break the art style.
Dude, you're wearing your medic wears the pajama pants, right? Are those? Would you consider those art breaking?
No, in my opinion, no. I think more so art breaking would be things that are really gaudy and like they just don't feel like they fit, you know? Like the pajama pants like look like they fit because they're the same color as the as his normal pants. So in my opinion that doesn't really break it that hard.
Doesn't really affect it that much. Okay, that's fair. Which if you were to take a cosmetic that is the most art breaky, which one would you say it would be?
Let me look at a list. If I think like just recently there was like a new cosmetic added that was like their eyes gouge out of their head fucking poking out like 10 feet ahead of them. Like I think that's pretty you know, that's not really normal in my opinion.
You know, I agree. The what do they call them? The bug out, the bug eyes,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. Yeah, just I
That's
am
kinda
never a
like,
fan
what?
of those. I guess I'm a fan of the much more muted
Oh
cosmetics.
no, it's called ICU, like spelled EYE. That's so
That's
dumb.
even worse.
ICU. That's
Good
kind of, you
God.
know, game breaking. It's also terrifying when you pair like the worst sets.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I usually my cosmetic sets are much more. They're like kind of subtle. So granted, I have the one that's like me, the one that you're seeing on screen right now if you're watching this. That's the Dead of Night, the Cold Snap Cap, and the Shades, which is a little game breaky, but I mean it kind of makes sense for
It's not the worst.
the channel.
Definitely
But for medic, before I had this, I had a loadout that I really liked, where it was. Let's see if I can think of the cosmetics off the top of my head. The snow capped. The Ubermensch, I think, the big old mustache, and then the surgeon's side satchel.
Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of that. That's
Yeah.
right.
Which I like that a lot because it looks like TF2.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit altered. It's a little bit of an altered move.
You know, it looked okay. I see. I'm a person that has had numerous sets, like probably hundreds at this point. I've filtered through so many unusuals and so many just items in general. It's nowadays I don't really care as much. I mean, I still put my heart and soul into making really good cosmetic sets because I can't stand when something when something clips bad or
Oh
it
yeah.
just looks bad in general. But
Oh, absolutely.
you know, I used to say like, oh, I don't even care about unusuals anymore, and then I fucking like just recently I spent so much money on it again. I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have.
I come across the same exact problem. I swear.
I spent like $400 on unusuals just recently. I don't know why I did that. I really shouldn't have, but you know, it's addictive. I've spent more than $1,000 on this game.
I at this point I probably have to, which is hard to hear myself say, but hopefully I'll make it back with YouTube and Twitch. Please.
I think you will. I'll keep subbing to you with my Prime.
Well, thank you. I will also keep subbing to me with my Prime. And
spend
you,
it on yourself.
And you watching, subscribe, hit a bell, like the video, what the fuck ever else YouTube wants you to do. I don't know. Here, real quick. The last question that I have on my list is about character balance and how they fit into comp specifically, since you've got a really good background in that. is there a character in a competitive format that would be considered busted or broken? Needs to be nerfed.
Well, which kind of format are we talking? Are we trying to talk about 6v6 or?
Let's say sixes.
Oh God, Scout makes or breaks the team for sure.
Really?
Absolutely.
What about Scout does that?
Scout is genuinely the most versatile class. He can, if you use Uber on him, he can literally wipe the entire team. If he knows what he's doing, that is. Absolutely.
Is it because of that ability to disengage from a fight, or is it just because his raw power?
Fights, like exactly how much, like they can do exactly what they want to do and be able to get out, like if they know how to use their movement correctly.
Okay. Interesting. So now let's say Highlander. You still say Scout is?
Oh no, Scout's Scout's the cart bitch in Highlander too. That's all he's good for, really. Yeah, he's just supposed to always try to be on the cart and try to get as far as it can. But in Highlander, I guess it would be sniper to be exact.
Okay.
I feel like nothing else really cries out.
Generally balanced.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because if they do have a good sniper, it is more room to be terrified of them. But if they have a bad one, it's like, oh, we can play with this ground then.
In your opinion, is sniper unbalanced? Just generally.
I mean, he's not. I've had this conversation a lot. My opinion has kind of changed over the years. In my opinion, he's balanced, but only because if you know where he's going to be and where the angles are on maps, you should be fine. Like I rarely get headshot because I know I shouldn't peek in places where they're gonna be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even just playing. Like I'm not even playing medic in that sense. It's just like I don't know. I mean, I guess it is the hours of medic that has helped me learn where I can stand and where I shouldn't. But
are there certain maps in which a good sniper will just stop the game?
Oh goodness. I'm sure there's quite a few of those. If you're talking about in the comp rotation,
Yep.
I mean, Badwater is a good example. Swiftwater, oh god, Swiftwater is the absolute worst for sniper. Like the whole point with Swiftwater, the very first point, literally to defend it, you literally have to give up the first point because there's no defending that because it's this entire sniper. It's an entirely sniper map.
I'm trying. Swiftwater is the one with like the gate in front, like the chain link fence in front of spawn.
Link fence in front of spawn.
With like the river, not river.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. I have also heard that. Is that sniper is busted on defense or offense for that
one? See, the thing is on that to defend on defense, you would have to be in tunnel because you can't be out in the open because that's just no. It's on offense. It's pretty broken. Okay. There's so many angles on that map.
I see. I very rarely play sniper on offense. For some reason, I know that he's like good still. He's still sniper. He could still like headshot and one-shot classes everywhere. But for some reason, I just feel like he's more of I feel like I play him as more of a defensive class.
You know, he's really good on defense. I often prefer playing him on defense as well because you know what ground you'll have and you don't have to worry about overstepping really.
Yeah, exactly. I like the idea of just kind of like sitting and clicking on hits when it comes down to it. Well, yeah. So that's all the questions that I have in my list here. It wasn't very extensive, but what are you gonna do?
It's all good.
Do you have any before we end podcast? Do you have any questions for me and my competitive expertise? So, like, I mean, obviously, I'm number 1 ranked in TF2 right now, which is like fantastic. What an honor!
Absolutely. Okay, so wait, you say you main Scout, right?
The question of my main is tough because I like playing, or I like having one of everybody. You know, except for heavy and spy. Fuck both those. I cannot do those. For some
That's
reason,
great.
I mean, you've seen me walk into sightlines. I
Oh, I have.
love that shit. So heavy just does not work.
It's really fun though.
That's true. Heavy Aperture B has made me enjoy heavy a lot more, just purely because of banana.
I love the app.
App is awesome. App is so cool. So I would say that my main is probably sniper, but I want to get good at soldier and scout.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
no,
feel
those
like they're
are
more
vital.
generalists. Yeah, I agree.
I have like 1,000 hours on soldier. It helps a lot.
I think that I'm getting into the 72-hour mark with soldier, and he
You're so
is
small.
my highest right now. Yeah, I'm very small, which is, it's lame. So my TF2 career started at the beginning of college, freshman year, which is 4 years ago. Which, by the way, I'm graduating in 2 weeks, which is fucking crazy. That's exciting. But so yeah, 4 years ago I started playing TF2, and so I remember hopping in, playing Scout first, and being like, okay, so this is what a first-person shooter is, because I hadn't played any before that. So I was like, oh no, that's not even a first-person shooter. And I remember getting Sandman Guillotine comboed all the fucking time. That was when I first joined. When the atomizer like gave you a triple jump by damaging you.
Yeah.
That's how long ago I started to play. So I'm still relatively new. I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that, of course.
Yeah, no. It gives me it means I am excited to learn how to play better over and over.
To think you didn't experience some of the things I have, it's insane though.
What was the most broken thing, the broken like weapon combo or broken mechanic that you've ever seen in your time in playing TF2?
Oh god, the lock and load was awful back then.
The lock and load?
Yeah.
That's a bad weapon now, right? It's not good.
It's not, I mean, it's not awful. It's pretty much a direct upgrade if you're just focusing on buildings, but
okay.
You know, it used to one shot light classes. Like the direct hit does, which is still 125.
What? Why?
Mm-hmm.
That it was just a direct damage upgrade? But
yeah.
Minus one clip?
Yeah. You know, it used to
That's
be it used to be just like the direct hit for soldier, which is still weird that they have the direct hit as it is, but they nerfed the lock and load, which is weird.
That is
they should definitely nerf the direct hit, but they never did.
That's so all my time in playing soldier, the weapon that I've used the most is a direct hit. I really like that.
Also, the baby face blaster. Sorry, I forgot about that one. That was broken as well back then.
Oh, I love babyface. I wish
so
babyface blaster was good.
It was so broken.
Whereas that was when his hitbox would like just not match up with him because he's going so fast, right?
And there would be no damage with the speed as well. So just you go so fast.
My God, that sounds absolutely cursed to deal with.
It was very cursed.
I wish that they would buff it a little bit now, though. As it is right now, it's kind of useless unless you're playing Capture the Flag, which.
Oh god, that's a cursed game mode.
Yeah,
I can't play CTF. I refuse.
that's actually the next video that's coming out for me is Capture the Flag tier list and a discussion on whether or not Capture the Flag is a good game mode.
Here you go. Video done.
yeah. If you have opinions, I will absolutely invite you on to talk about it because I think that'd be funny.
Oh yeah, no, I have a lot of opinions for CTF.
What do you think of CTF?
It's awful. It's absolutely the worst game mode in my opinion. And it encourages stale gameplay because you're just supposed to sit there and defend.
The turtling game style gameplay of like.
Yeah, no, there's no actual fluidity to the gameplay at all. It's pretty much just like, oh, they have our flag, okay, let's kill it, and then we had to defend it for 10 minutes. And then you try doing like, oh, but like let's send a guy to try to get their intel, but then they die, and then now they had to defend for 10 minutes. So it's just like the same thing back and forth.
That is pretty cursed. Although I do like using it as a sort of pseudo team deathmatch, where it's just like,
yeah,
oh, you get to fight in the middle. That's like,
Good
you
for
aren't
that,
gonna
yeah.
push for the love of God, because God knows you can't fight the 4
There's
engineers
10
in.
enemies. Yeah, there's 10 enemies in the fucking intel room.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So that's the next video that's coming out. I'm excited. I'm excited for that one.
I hope that goes well.
Yeah, it will. It will. It definitely will. All right. So next, I'll ask you. Would you like to plug anything while you're here?
Plug anything? Oh, absolutely not. I don't have much to plug.
No.
Nah.
Are you?
I don't stream. I don't really have many social media or anything.
You know, you could probably kick ass for streaming. If you were to
You
stream
know,
some of your
I want to
gameplay.
get into it, but I just haven't been able to recently. I've been procrastinating on that front.
That's fair. It does take.
I probably will just wait until I get a better CPU.
I would absolutely love to watch you play. I think that'd be fun as hell.
People say they get whiplash from my gameplay, so just keep that in mind.
Whiplash, because you're just
It's
moving
been a
too
lot.
fast.
No, I spin a lot, like a lot.
See, and you know, I bet that would affect me if I haven't been watching Aperture B for
That's
so
true, yeah.
long now. Aperture, that man's insane. It's fucking spinning around at absolute breakneck speeds, and he streams it too. That's hilarious. But anyways, okay, if you don't have anything to plug, I think that I'm all good with questions. I think this was a fun talk. I learned a lot.
Yeah, it was funny.
I definitely think that it would be cool to do a I think it would be cool, not a guide necessarily, but someday if we were to queue up for a match, if I could somehow get into spectator mode and watch you play, I feel like we could do a cool like
Like play-by-play.
yeah.
Like a review.
Yeah, to try to get into the head of a comp player who kicks so much
Honestly, demo
ass.
reviews would be good for that. Honestly.
See, I was also gonna ask that because I know that. Well, actually, I don't know if demo reviews are like, if you were to go in, can you see everybody's point of view?
Yeah, no. If you're using something like from FACEIT's demo, you can go from every point of view.
Okay, it surprised me that that's not some sort of breach of whatever, but I guess it wouldn't be.
Oh no, it's fine because there's a bot that records everyone's point of view.
If you have a demo review that you'd like to go over at some point with me, we could like watch through the thing and really get into it and dissect it. I think that would be a really, really cool. I think that'd be a cool experience that people would want to see.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I'll try to keep tabs on my reviews, or not my reviews, sorry, my demos, so I can get a good example.
Yeah, if you have a really, really good or interesting match, definitely hit me up because I think that would be really I think that would be really cool. Okay, well, yep, that's all I have for now. So do a quick outro. Thank you, Wokwok, for coming on and bearing the burden of hearing my voice for an hour.
Voice isn't awful.
Took a bit to get set up, but you know what? Once we got it, it feels really good, and I am excited for the next one eventually.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure
Thanks
that
for
out.
having me.
Yeah, thank you, Wokwok. Thank you very much.
Of course.